Hey guys, welcome back to Calmlands. It is the second day of April here, and we're in episode 20 of the One Tile Plus series. When I left you last, I had some planting to do. I think there was some spraying and some rolling and different things like that. So that's all done. So now, just to recap, we do have soybeans in this field here, so they are growing. We have oats in this field here. Then down in this field here, we've got corn now. I would have actually started this episode in the month of May, so we could have seen some germination here. But I do want to. I mentioned getting the vineyard in, so I do want to get that done in this episode. And we also have the grass to get. So this is all mowed. We just got to get it baled up and wrapped. So in this episode, we will likely take care of all of this grass. We will get the vineyard put in over on the hill over there. And at some point here, I think we'll be ready to sell all of these silage bales. Last I checked, I think they're about 80%, but I'm just going to go back and look quickly here. Yes, okay, so these should all be about the same, 89. Okay, so that could very well be ready to sell also. So there's a considerable amount of money to be made there. We do, though, need to place some food in here for some cows. So once that the silage ferments, then we'll put whatever we can. It looks like 60,000 liters into here. We'll get some straw. I need loose straw for this. I don't believe I can put a bale in here, but we'll do that, and then we'll get some cows. So that's going to be good. And I'll show you what else we did. So bit of a wholesale change here for a few things. So let's just pop this open and see what we see right away. So, so first step here, I did make a bit of a change to this tractor. This was our yellow John Deere. So I went with the John Deere tan color, and I added loader arms. I hate the way this looks. The John Deere loader arms, you can't color. And I didn't want to drive a green tractor, so I kind of went with the best I could do. We may change this at some point, but why do I need to put a loader arm on this, you ask, if we've got the International? Well, I don't have the International anymore. I sold the International, I sold the Fendt, and I've replaced it with a McCormick, which was in the used sale. So we've got 260 odd horsepower. Yeah, 264 horsepower here on the McCormick. And I bought this Schluter. It also is about 260 horsepower. This is a mod by Stevie, so I think it's in the game anyways. But this is a mod converted or changed by Stevie, who makes some amazing packs of equipment, and I've used a number of them in various series, but this I really like this one here. So these each have 260 horsepower. I still have something to run the wood chipper with, which is good. I definitely needed that. And then these will provide enough power for whatever we want to do. At some point here, if we see a monster of a tractor become available with massive power, then we will jump on that. But for now, we're going to run with these. And we'll run with this. So Vineyard, I have run a bit of a test. Now actually twice I built a Vineyard just to test it out. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough money and everything else. And this tractor actually fits in the laneways, so that's good. We don't need to buy a smaller tractor for the Vineyard for now. Anyways, it's a little tight, but it'll fit right away. So that's what's going on there. For wood chips, we still have about 77,000 liters. I did get, let's just make sure that I'm not dreaming, but I am almost certain that I got all of the saplings topped up over here. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're topped up right to the trees. So we should start to see in the next couple of months anyways, these trees start to pop up, which will be good. We have lots of trees still to cut down, so no worries about money. That's just more of a time thing. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So what are we going to do? I'm going to get the windrow. Behind that's going to be a baler, and behind that's going to be a wrapper. So let me get everybody set up for that. All right, we got the crazy train set up. Rest in peace, Ozzy. So this John Deere will put everything in rows. The Schluter should put everything into bales, and the McCormick should wrap everything for us if I have it set up properly. So we'll get going here. And we'll see if indeed that is the case. So the first step is going to be, are they following me? And it looks like they are moving, which is good. So that Fendt, I love that Fendt. I thought it was a great tractor, but I really could not get over the fact that it had like a real sort of stalling when it started moving. Like it didn't just take off. The McCormick is a rocket. It just takes off immediately, and we're good to go. So that's going to work well for us. I think I have to move the McCormick over. I don't know. Let's wait till we see a bale fall out of the Schluter, and then we'll see. But it looks like he might be off a little bit for us. But yeah, that McCormick rocks. The Schluter is I just like the way it looks. I mean, I think you know me by now. I like the sort of older look of tractors. I like the sort of square body stuff. And it's got lots of power. It's smooth. It sounds good. So yeah, that's a nice addition to our farm here. Kind of didn't want to see the International and the... Oh, wait, we're not... Are we bailing? All right, now we're bailing. That was dumb. All right, yeah, I was kind of sad to see the International go. Wasn't as sad to see the Fendt go, but, I mean, I did like the tractor, so I guess that's still disappointing. Not too traumatic, though. But anyways, yeah, it's nice to see some new iron on the farm, I guess. All right, we're going to get around the outside here before we... really start kind of digging the up and downs here, because I don't want to get hung up on any trees. Actually, maybe there's a bit of an area up here that'll give us a chance to turn around and get the headlands done. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I mowed all this too. Yeah, I did. I kept mowing. I'm sure that I'm going to make some mistakes when it comes to the vineyard, and if you see something glaring, then please let me know. My current recording and editing process, like the episode, which will likely already be, well, you'll have seen episode 19. Obviously, I just ended up editing that today. Finally, it's the 9th of August, so that should come out right away. Hopefully, I can get this one edited and turned around so we can get 2 episodes back to back, which would be kind of a nice change from what my schedule's been recently, But anyways, yeah. So if you see some glaring things in regards to the vineyard, hopefully I'm getting this recorded and out before I'm too far deep into everything else that we're doing here. Like, I'm gonna try my best not to like binge record a bunch of episodes. So any input will hopefully hit me soon. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, it was enjoyable kind of working the rows. It's thankfully, the area where we're going to be putting the vineyard is not massive, so it's not like, it's not like I'm committing myself to an absolute huge amount of pain, but I think it should result in some success for us anyways. What I still don't know, because I never actually tested that far, I don't know what the yield will be like. Like, I don't know how much we're going to get off of it. I don't know what it's going to be worth. There's a whole bunch of unknowns there, so we'll get to discover that together. I also don't know, as far as the financial side of it, what harvester is going to cost, and then I know we need a pruner or something, so we can go back and prune the branches or whatever it is. So, or prune the vines, or I don't know what the terminology is, but we'll figure it out. So in other series news, I have a couple of episodes recorded now of my friend's farm over in Palanier. That is the next iteration in the series that started with Saving Uncle Pete. So that's recorded. It is not yet edited, any of that stuff. So I still need to go and get that done. Oh. Why there? We got a couple we got some bales here that aren't wrapped. Oh, what did I miss there? Anyways, okay, we'll obviously have to do a bit of cleaning up when we're done the crazy train here, because it looks like there's some bales that did not get wrapped. So I've got a bit of a binge edit that's going to happen for my friend's farm, so we can get that series rolling, because as of right now, there's nothing as the time of I'm recording this. There's nothing live yet for that. I've enjoyed the playing on Palanier finally. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time, so it's nice to be able to get onto the map. Okay, let's see. We were pushing a ton of bales there, so I can only imagine that we didn't get to drop one in time. Am I going too quickly, maybe? I think the fact that our wrapper was pushing bales means that there was a bale that showed up before you had a chance to drop one. That means I'm probably going too quickly. Yeah, see, watch. Okay, there. So we dropped one, picked one up. I guess I kind of gotta watch my speed. I've been just ripping up here. Anyways, okay. Well, here I'm gonna rock through this, and then we'll kind of get things cleaned up, and then we'll be picking some bales up, and maybe by that time we'll be ready to sell some bales. All right. So in all fairness, I think what I want to do is be able to place the bales where the bales are now. Actually, the fermenting bales, because that I've built my auto drive routes around there being bales there, and it's just a nice clean place to kind of put them off to the side. So I think what I'm going to do actually right now, I'm going to at least pick up what's in the laneway here so we're clean. I'll probably try to get, or maybe what I'll do is I'll get all of these and just kind of stack them in one area as a temporary placement. We're at 93% fermented now for the other bales, so I will... Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll before. Whoa, we are sliding around like crazy there. Why is the back of this sliding around? Anyways, when yeah, what's going on here? Something just seems a little bit weird. Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna get this placed temporarily. We'll sell once we sell and figure out what we're doing with the cows. How many bales we're going to keep around. We'll move those out of the way, and then that should take care of these silage bales. But yeah, anyways, it was a pretty good haul, I think. I didn't actually check the bale counter, so once we got all these stacked up, we'll have an idea how many bales we got. But it looks like a pretty decent amount. So future income for us we're looking at here. Yeah, I don't know if this is just is it where the placement of this trailer hitch. Because maybe it's so close to the body of this Schluter that, as I rotate, it's not allowing the... Yeah, look, because the trailer hitch is sort of... The neck there of the trailer is sort of hitting the tire as I turn. I mean, we need the trailer to be further away from the body of the tractor, I think. So it's, yeah, maybe this is not the best one to be towing this. Maybe we just sort of stick to regular implements. I don't know. Because the nice thing about ripping around with an auto load pickup is that you can hit the corners fast and just keep on flying. But I think this is probably full, right? Oh, we got another row. Why didn't I know that? How many bales can we put on here? 40 odd? Well, this thing's got lots of power, so it should have no problem towing these bales. Were we picking up 4 high before? Obviously, we must have. Like, whatever we're doing now, we must have been doing then. All right, well, this will be a bad time to tip over, so we're going to take it easy as we go. But anyways, let me know what you think of the tractor switch up there. I like this. I could use this tractor on other series, too. I wouldn't mind having one of these in real life. Although, basically, I would just use it to mow my suburban lawn here. That'd be kind of silly. Okay, that's interesting. I thought I could only pick these up 3 high. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay. Sure. So let's see if I can reload these. So maybe we want to just make sure that we only go 3 high. I swear this functioned differently the last time, but let's get the rest of these now that we got our... This is like a little more difficult than I recall. The last time just seemed to be a little smoother when it came to loading these. So let's stick to 3 high, like I said. Hopefully that will make things a little more simple for us. And then I mean, we're really trying to just build a temporary pile over there, and it seems like it's becoming more work than maybe what we'd want. All right, let's get this trailer put away. We're gonna need it again here to make $200,000 or whatever I said the market value for these other bales is going to be. It'll be substantial. I can't remember how much, but we should be making some money here. We will have to refrain from selling all of them though, so we can feed some cows, but I'm not too worried. We now have other bales fermenting. Like if I put 60,000 liters into the cow enclosure and we get like, 10 or 15 cows or whatever, then that should be enough to last us until the next batch ferments. All right, we'll disconnect that. So I don't think we'll be using this tractor for that trailer again the next time. We'll try the McCormick next time. All right, so I think we'll do spreader for fertilizer quickly here before we... well, what do we use for fertilizer? Is this a spreader back here? Yeah, we'll do that before we get into the vineyard. The next step after this will be vineyard. Okay, that's lime. Is that what we're using for fertilizer? I guess maybe it is. We'll throw what little bit of lime is in here into the field. It can't hurt to have more than what we needed, I guess, right? Let's see what it shows on the mini map while we're doing it. Yeah, it's basically going to tell me that we don't even need any. All right, well, let's just unload this. You know what? We probably a little cheesy, but we should be able to just empty this back into the... I don't know if I can dump out of this, but we should be able to empty this back into this point here, and then we can just put fertilizer in it, I think. Yeah, or not. All right, so let's do this. Yeah, I don't think were we using this for fertilizer? Why am I forgetting already? I don't know. Who knows, man? All right, I mean, when I looked at the mini map, it appeared as though some of this field needed fertilization because it's red in some places, but we don't appear to be spreading anything at all. So what does that mean? Does that mean that this does not need fertilizer? I guess, is that what I'm seeing here? Okay, well, I mean, if that's the case, then we don't need to worry about it, right? We can just carry on. So you know what? It's time to put this away, and we'll get... Oh, actually, sorry. Before I do that, let's test one thing. We have the soybean field over there that shows bright red. I'm 99% sure that we do not need to fertilize soybeans, that they provide their own sort of level of fertilization, but let's just go quickly check that anyways. I kind of hope I don't discover that it does need fertilization, because that'll just be quite a long endeavor. Yeah. Okay, so either something weird is going on or we don't need to fertilize this. So let's get off the field. I'll shut those lines off, and then we'll put this away, and we'll go put in a vineyard. Oh my gosh. All right, I just want to give this one a wash quickly before we put it away. What's our dirt at? 35, 30. Okay, dirt level is dropping quickly. I kind of felt like I probably should have washed it before I introduced it to you guys, but that's all good. Okay, so we're going to park this one back because we won't need this right away. Let's go get the John Deere, and then we will put in... So it should be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $70,000 or $80,000 to put in the vineyard, depending on what happens here as far as field shape or like the track of the vines that we put in. But yeah, we'll see. And then there's a sprayer for sale. It's the same one we actually had in Poland. I noticed it is for sale for like $1,600. So we could use that. I mean, the one thing with the Vineyards, though, I mean, it's about I think I got a max like 2 meter working width is what I can work with when it comes to anything in between the rows. If I go any bigger, then it sort of bumps into the rows and it's pretty difficult. But when it comes to sprayers, as long as they fit in between the rows, they could be wider than the row. That's no problem. Like the throw, basically, because then it covers off multiple rows. Where's all the traffic? Oh, I see something coming. Okay, I shouldn't have asked. Normally this section is teeming with traffic. But anyways, okay, so there's the section we're going to be putting in the vineyard. I think that this may be a good time for a quick building time lapse. What you're going to see is the vineyards, and you may see a little bit of infrastructure go in as well. I had an idea for that. So let's get to work, folks.
Oh, I've been long gone, wanna talk to you. I've been hustling for so long. Oh, and I've been thinking about the past, and it keeps me going on. Oh, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only all I can see. Even if I end up all alone, I know my destiny. My mama told me we all bleed the same sun. Oh, prejudice and pride will make you change. Just always remember where you come from, 'cause I know you were born to break the chain. So I'm on my way. Yes, I'm leaving today. Are you right with me? See, I'm living in a nightlife, but I got a fire that burns so bright. From the back road to the street. I've been long gone for so damn long, so don't tell me that you have to go. Will you still be waiting for me? Tell me, 'cause I gotta know. See, and I can't stop, no, I don't stop. It's only I can see.
Okay, and just like that, we have way less money. So we're down to $28,000, but we have, I threw in another one of these Gaming Joy bulk fill-up stations, whatever, so we can get fertilizer and whatever else we need for the vineyard, and really whatever else we need down here. Like if I'm running out of material for these fields as we're working them, now I have this down here. And we threw in a bit of a storage shed here, so anything that we're using for the vineyards we'll have down here. So let me just throw, I forgot, a little bit of gravel down in here. We can add some stains and stuff after, which is fine, but right now we'll just do this. There. So if you've never actually put a vineyard in, as I had not, you'll see that it's just a matter of literally stretching them like a fence, and then you've got grapes will start growing. So if I'm under the impression that if I do nothing else with this other than just let it grow now, we have grapes, right? Because if I walk in here, it does tell me, yeah, growth 1 of 10. But there's some things that we're going to want to do to it, i.e. fertilization, mulching, cultivation, which will all help increase the likelihood that the grapes will grow in a healthy way. So I tried to kind of, I didn't want to get too greedy. I was going to go further up this hill, but I do have to work this field or this area or whatever you want to call it. So I did try to kind of work my way sort of with the shape of the land. I also wanted to make sure that I had a little bit of room here to maneuver and that these weren't right up against the road. So anyways, it was expensive. What do we have? We had about $120,000, I think, before we started this. And now we're down to like 28. So was the whole thing, including the, the infrastructure build, like $90,000? It's not cheap. Thankfully, the implements that we can use here are all sort of under that $10,000 mark. So let's do a couple things here. Let me grab a mulcher, a cultivator, and a sprayer, and see if we can grab those and still remain under the $28,000. All right, so I think in here somewhere I saw a sprayer that would work for us right here. $1,600, so you can't beat that. There's even a little manure spreader, but I think we can do better. This thing's got a 2-meter working width. I think there's one that'll spread further, but we're not going to worry about that yet. Okay, down here in grape tools, I didn't see anything else used, so let's look here. I'd like to remain inexpensive here. So there's a 2-meter mulcher, so I think we'll pick that up, $5,900. I believe a subsoiler is the same as a cultivator, right? So we have a difference of 3 versus 2 tines, or whatever those things are called in English, because I'm pretty sure what it's showing there is not English. So I guess we'll just go with the 3, add the $1,000, spend a little. Just while we're in here, grape harvesters. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, I mean, thank God we have financing because these aren't cheap. So anywhere from $240 to $250,000. So we'll worry about that when the time comes. All right, let's go mulcher first. So I think we'll mulch, we'll cultivate, and then we will fertilize, I guess, and then we're probably good. Trying to gauge how long I've been recording for, so we may end up just doing a little bit of each on camera, and then and then the next time we're together, hopefully we'll see some stuff happening. I can tell you because I have kind of skipped ahead to see sort of how things were happening. This looks amazing when the fields start to germinate, and I can only imagine. I haven't seen the crops grow past sort of the initial germination, but I can only imagine when the corn's growing and the soybeans and the oats, this is going to look fantastic, our little valley here. And then whatever we end up doing with that far field over there, you guys feel free to let me know what you think we should do. Be nice. Do I have to start on the end here? Maybe, eh? Oh, let's do this. Let's purchase... Yeah, so we can purchase the soil information. Let's drop the mini map down there so we can at least see what's happening. This is the mulcher. So I believe this will kind of turn the grass into like a mowed state almost. Doesn't look like it's doing anything, but I'm pretty sure it is. And then, yeah, and then we'll sort of see the benefit of the mulching in a percentage increase in yield. But I think when I tested, I couldn't cultivate until after I mulched. Just strange, maybe, I'm not too sure. But so here you'll see, I should almost take the arms off of this. I guess this isn't really showing me that I'm doing anything right now. I wonder if that's because there's nothing I think when I tested this, I mulched it when the grass had already started growing here. So I guess maybe let's go grab the subsoiler and see if we can do anything with that. We may be too early for the mulching and subsoiling, or the mulching anyways. So let's put this into the shed. I like the idea of having a standalone sort of shed for all of the grape and grape and potentially olives, but definitely I don't want to get ahead of myself. Definitely olives. Okay, so or definitely grapes. What am I talking about? We'll just leave that there for now. I'll grab the subsoiler and we'll see what we can do. All right, so moment of truth here. Let's see if this does anything for us right now. Yeah, okay, so that's changing the ground state. So we are subsoiling. So let's look at something quickly here before we go too far. And we'll see what benefit that's giving us. Okay, so here we're getting a yield potential of 71. We're all over the place anyways. All right, so it says needs plowing, and we're 66. Where it doesn't need plowing, we're 71. So I guess, is that representing a 5% yield increase by plowing, aka subsoiling? I guess it is, maybe. I don't know. But we're going to get through all this, so maybe we'll do a couple rows here quickly, and then I'll get that done, and then we'll likely run through with the sprayer, I think. Would make sense. This may be a good time for us to purchase a front container. I don't know what that sprayer holds. I can't remember. I know we did when we moved to Poland. We initially did an entire field with that little sprayer, and no, not a vineyard. Okay, so I think this works well if we skip rows and then come back. The turning radius, it's tight to get turned around. So I know this looks a little weird, but I did try this with a 2.5 meter implement, and I was basically bouncing off the vines. It was tough to keep it in the middle, so I think, and you please let me know if I'm wrong, but a 2-meter working width is fine. You still get the benefits that you're looking for. So anyways, yeah, let me know if that's something, if you know something different, but I think that's how it goes. But yeah, I mean, a little tedious, but I think, these vines look amazing. I love the idea of this. So, you know what, if we like this vineyard work, this could very well become a part of our, future, farms. I could see if we're doing like a starting from scratch survival type map, and the climate warranted the use of vineyards, then that would be kind of cool to have, backwoods vineyard. And it'd be really cool if you could create your own brand, and I guess you could. There's some bottling productions, right, where you can make wine. I don't know if you can call that, but it'd be cool if you could, create your own label and stuff and come up with a really crazy name for it, different than, just Northern Vineyards or Northern Farms wine. I think the funniest one is what is it? It's a play on words. Is this actually a Canadian wine? I don't even really know, but I mean, with grapes having grape skins and the blend that this wine is. Of 4 different grapes, they call it foreskins. That was pretty funny anyways. All right, well, you know what, let's continue on with this before we get banned on YouTube, and we'll be right back. All right, with the subsoiling done, I'm now moved on to the fertilizer sprayer. I'm just trying to gauge. I think this has a working width where I can skip rows and it will cover that middle row. We're gonna go skip rows anyways, because with the turning radius of this tractor, it's kind of easier to skip the rows like that. But then we'll look at the fertilizer coverage after, and determine whether or not we're getting the coverage. Yeah, if I'm looking at the little mini map there, it looks like we're getting the coverage, but I don't know. So this is liquid fertilizer. I'm thinking that if I went back through again with manure, then I may get a better fertilized state. So I might try to do that I do want to give these grapes every chance of growing up to be big, juicy grapes. So we'll see what we do here. Anyways, it's just sort of how ambitious and how much money I have. Like, we're down to $11,000. But in saying that, I have, I think the last I checked, we have about almost $60,000 worth of silage that's already fermented. And by the time we're done this, probably everything will be at 100% that we had sort of prepared the other day. So that's good news. I think then at that point, we'll probably fill the cow pen with silage, and then whatever's left we'll sell. Because we know that the grass we just mowed is now up and coming. All right, did I miss a row here? Looks like I'm getting a gap there. I swear I didn't miss that row. Maybe I'm just not driving in the middle. I think you literally have to drive in the middle of these vines in order to get the double coverage there, the two rows. So yeah, I mean, definitely driving up and down the rows with the subsoiler was as tedious as I thought it would be. That's kind of why I like to avoid stuff like this. But I love all the activity. I love the machines. I love the thought of farming and all that stuff. Sometimes doing the work is not always that much fun, but anyways, that's just me. So we're gonna see where we get to with this, and then after that we'll do some selling, and then really I think we'll be moving on to the next episode after that. I have some sort of decoration stuff in mind, some sort of fencing and things like that. I got a lot of stuff that I think we can do. Plus, I mean, let's say we get the silage into the cow enclosure today. I will have hopefully some cows by the next time we see each other, and then we can figure out what we want to do with milk. I'm not going to produce anything. We're just going to sell it. But maybe I got to look at one of those mods that sells milk on the daily or whatever. And I guess I'm not going to sweat it if I've got the odd little gap here. For the most part, everything will be fertilized, and that's what's important. All right, last couple passes here, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back and fix any of those little gaps. I think if I think I will go with the manure spreader, and you know, so between that, we'll end up with at least anywhere from 1 to 2, you know, states of fertilization, depending on what I missed here or whatever. So it's all good. We're not going to stress out about that. I'll just get the end here, I guess. Okay, and just like that, I'd say we're done, but let's look at the map. Yeah, so a little bit of a patchwork there. I mean, we could probably go back and clean it up a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that. So that is decent. So we'll go put this away. Get rid of the map. Put it into our shed. We barely used anything. We only used 20% of the fertilizer that we had in there, which is good. And then I guess we'll look. So if we start to grow grass in between the rows, then we'll probably have to mulch in the next episode is my guess. All right, there we go. So that is the beginning of the vineyard for the first time here on this channel. Let's shut this so this stuff doesn't get stolen. I don't have a padlock, but yeah, it looks good. I really like the positioning of it. Let me know what you think. I don't know how we're going to be able to afford like a $250,000 harvester. I doubt we're going to get $250,000 worth of grapes off of that, will we? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case, but whatever. All right, so the very last thing we're going to do here, maybe we'll grab a load of we'll grab a load of silage. We'll grab some silage and we'll put that into the cows, and then we'll go sell as much as we possibly can. And then yeah, I think we're done. God, I just like the way this is shaping up. I'm still on the fence of what to do with this kind of old paved area here, but honestly, until we harvest that wheat and then figure out what we're doing with this field, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so if this should all be fermented 100% now. That says 98%. Okay, so those are all 98%. Oh, what the heck? Something happened over here. Okay, so some bales are... Yeah, look at... Some of the bales on the inside are at... What about down here? Okay, so I can take the bales off the end. We're within minutes of everything being done. Anyways, what happened there? I guess maybe the trailer moved and just toppled some of our bales. So with this kind of lightweight tractor here, I think I can only take one bale at a time, but let's see. Yeah, I'm already tipping with one bale. I don't think I have to unwrap these, but I kind of like the way it looks. Okay, so it's 60,000 liters it'll hold, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. 10 bales gives us 60,000 liters of silage in there for cows, which is hitting a wall already. I gotta get a weight. Actually, what I'd still like to get on the farm would be a telehandler. And then I can get the telehandler to do this kind of work. The telehandler can have some type of dedicated weight, if it's not heavy enough already. And then yeah, we could just fly through stuff like this. Because I mean, with a decent telehandler, we could pick up probably 3 bales at a time and not be doing any wheelies. Well, actually, that's not even a wheelie. Nose wheelies. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh. This reminds me of when we started Hinterland, which if you have not watched that, go back and watch it. It's FS22, but the concept was good. The Z-Door that we used there was, man, I beat the crap out of it. The frame must have been twisted and bent by the time we sold it. And that was just from overloading. I mean, I was driving on, 2 wheels, if not 1 wheel, sometimes trying to get things in place. All right, just grab the last one here, and then we'll have our 60,000 liters of silage in there ready. Oh, jeez, I can't get used to that. Ready for our future cows. And yeah, that's getting to be a full day here on the farm. So I am going to get, like I mentioned, a number of silage bales sold. Whether or not I keep track of how many that is, I don't know, but you'll see my money the next time. Why did I take that one? The next time we're together, we're going to have more than $11,000, but that's only because that massive pile of silage is going to be gone. Oh, look. I probably had a couple liters in there testing from something else. So, all right, well, there's 300 liters left in that one bale. Yeah, I did test to make sure that the cows worked. I tend to like to try to test everything before it works, or before I try, just to make sure it works, because I can't stand when I try something and it doesn't work. And I don't know. I feel like I owe it to you guys. If you're gonna watch what I'm making, I should at least have a rough idea what I'm doing. No. So speaking of rough idea, I am pretty certain that I cannot put this in as a bale here. Let's just verify that. Yeah, I think I need a blower. We'll leave that there for now, but I believe I need a straw blower. So maybe that's what happens. So I'm gonna probably jump out here, guys, and be gone. But I think so between now and the next episode, I will get all those silage bales sold. I may actually go ahead and purchase a straw blower. I don't have any straw. We won't have any until we harvest the wheat field. We'll be coming back in May, and that's June, and then July is really when you harvest the wheat. So we're quite a ways off for that. Actually, so look, July is wheat. Oat is July and August. So if we may, well, it's probably going to be August before we can harvest our oats, which is crazy to think because it's not even grown yet. Corn is a ways out. Soybeans a way out. So by October, it's corn and soybeans. But yeah, sooner is there'll be wheat and oats, and then what about grapes? Grapes will be September, October, so probably more like October. So yeah, all right. Well, we got to make a lot of money because we're gonna have to buy a harvester. So I'm probably not gonna be able to buy too many cows. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But this has been fun. I enjoy playing on here and sharing this with you. So any helpful hints in regards to the vineyard, let me know. Whether or not they, your helpful hints actually sink in and I retain the information, that to be determined. But yeah, if you saw anything you liked in this episode, let me know what it is in the comments. Alternatively, if you saw something you didn't like, let me know that as well. And if you just want to leave an emoji in the words of City Planner Plays, if you just want to leave an emoji for the sake of engagement, then please do. All right, guys.
Well, I got a fire that burns so bright from the back